Hey everyone, this is Coach Renee, and this is your general message or your general intuitive message for February 8th through February 13th, 2022. Now, the overall theme for the month is How Do I Love Me? Let Me Count the Ways. But the theme for the week of the 8th through the 13th is all about forgiveness. What is forgiveness? A lot of people say, how can I forgive something that has happened to me, that has devastated me, my life, my choices, and the things that have happened in my life? When you choose to look at the definition of forgiveness as letting go of the old to make room for the new, it might take the bite out of it a little bit, right? Because forgiveness is not where the offender has to agree with the offense. That is not necessary for the process of forgiveness to be complete. It is only required that the offended releases it and goes on with control in their lives. And how do we look at it? Well, when you forgive, you allow yourself to heal from the situation. If the offender is comes along and admits to the offense, that's a beautiful process. But in most cases, that may not be the choice. And when we are waiting for something outside of us to validate something that happened to us, that we may be giving our power to something that we could never get the control from, right? So take back your control. And when you do release, when you allow yourself release, know that you're allowing yourself to have power. And when you have power, you have that freedom. All right. So Spirit, what is it that you want us to know about forgiveness this week? What do you want us to know? Observe your attitude. Observe, because you may not know that internally that hurt is displaying itself externally, right? It may be coming off in how you speak, how you look, how you respond, and you're not being mindful of it because you are genuinely feeling what actually happened to you. However, it's translating in a way that's not serving you the most. The back of the card says, today's lesson: determine whether you spend most of your energy in a positive or negative frame of mind. Do you have to remind yourself to be positive, or are you naturally that way? Your goal is to become mindful of whether you're consciously positive or negative. And the card may be turned around. You may not be able to see that. But that's what Spirit wants us to understand, that our demeanor, how we act and react, is a consequence of the pain that we're feeling on the inside. And if we're not forgiving ourselves, we're putting ourselves in a position where we may not be handling the forgiveness process. We are allowing that thing to control us to the point that it's calling us to be in a state of discomfort, dis-ease, all right? Being in a negative state of mind. But Spirit wants us to change that and recognize your first thoughts. What comes to your mind when you notice that you're in that mindset? What comes to your mind when it lets you know that you have not exactly forgiven, right? That thing keeps popping up. When it comes to your mind, stop then and deal with that. Because God is dealing with you in that area. And wants you to be very mindful of, like I just said, consider your feelings. Because your feelings are a barometer of what you're thinking. And so even if you say, I don't have an attitude, I'm not acting any kind of way, I want you to consider your first thought. Consider your feelings, because it is telling you that it's something going on, and I want you to be mindful of it. And so moving forward, the spirit guides, your spirit guides want you to know something very specific, and that is love is your energy. Not fear, not despondence, not regret, not anxiety, not depression, but love. And when you begin to love yourself through the situations that have caused you to have unforgiveness, even unforgiveness for yourself. Maybe it's something that you feel like you've done. and you're holding yourself hostage to that. Know that love is the energy that Spirit wants you to change your perspective. Change it from the negative to the positive. Consider how you're feeling and watch how you observe your attitude will change. The way you see things and the story that you tell yourself will change. I hope this message has been helpful to you. It's a general message, so I want you to eat the fish and spit out the bones. However, if you're interested in having a personal read, please see the link in my bio or just go to my website, www.mirroryou.com. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and don't forget to mirror you. Be balanced, be inspired, and continue to grow.